Some of you might have heard that I occasionally embarrass my family by playing the harmonica in front of a bunch of people. How about that? Playing this little blues harmonica reminds me of our city, of the musical heritage that is unique to Tulsa. Reminds me of J.J. Cale, who recently died, a Tulsan who was an inspiration to many of today's legendary musicians, Bob Dylan, Eric Clapton, George Harrison, Leon Russell, to name a few. It reminds me of why I created the Mayor's Film and Music Advisory Board, to bring together our musical heritage with the creativity of the Tulsa music and film industry, to create jobs and opportunity, and to tap into the creative and sometimes non-traditional side of our city. It reminds me of why I love this city so well, of why I decided to run for mayor, and why I'll continue to be your mayor, of why I love my wife, my family, an amazing machine, this little thing. I'd like to introduce to you the first director of the Mayor's Film and Music Office, Abby Curran. Abby, please stand. If you want to talk about film and music, now's your opportunity. I also want to thank Brian Pascal with the Chamber for chairing the board. Now I'd also like to make another introduction, my family. We all know what it's like when a family is behind you, when we're all united behind a common goal of embarrassing the family. I'd like to introduce to you my wife, the First Lady of the City of Tulsa, Victoria Bartlett. Victoria. I'd like to also introduce you to our oldest daughter, Andrea Brown, and her husband, Brad Brown. Thank you for being here. And also to our son, Dewey Bartlett, and his girlfriend, Meredith Mosier. Please stand. Our other daughter has a sick child, so she's not here with us. But I also want to give a good thanks to our Congressman, Jim Bridenstine, for being here. Congressman, thank you so much for being here. You honor us. I also want to thank the chairman of the City Council, David Patrick, a gentleman that I call not just a friend, but a very good friend, and we owe him a real debt of gratitude for the great things that we've done. David, thank you very much. Well, this is the best time to be mayor of our great city. Maybe this is why we see a renewed interest in being mayor. Who knows? We have such a tremendous future ahead of us, thanks in great part to the people in this room, to each and every one of you. We continue to build upon our legacies in the arts, in energy and manufacturing, aviation, and small business creation, all with vision, sweat, and commitment. We stick it out through thick and thin. We won't and we do not quit. That philosophy is very evident throughout the city and is coming together in the Brady Arts District. Look at our choices for a perfect ending to a perfect day in Tulsa. A free family concert at the Guthrie Green, Paul McCartney at the BOK Center, the Tulsa Playboys at Kane's Ballroom, Lyle Lovett at the Brady Theater. We can catch a Broadway show and a community play at the Performing Arts Center. We can participate in the first Friday art crawl. We can tour the Woody Guthrie Museum, and there's also great food. We now talk a lot about how great Tulsa has become. This renewed strength and buzz of the Tulsa Renaissance has become very apparent in our business community. Within the last 3 weeks, we've seen new machines delivered at APSCO, a significant new Air Force contract with Spartan, new jobs and opportunities at Mid-State Petroleum Company, new job created at Helmerich & Payne's new drilling rig and repair facility in West Tulsa, Tulsa Gas Technology and Emerge Diagnostics, all with new job announcements in the last 3 weeks. As mayor, one of my greatest privileges is the opportunity to visit local business and meet Tulsans at work. I take every chance I get to walk the floors of our manufacturing companies As I've often said since I took office, our number one threat to economic growth in Tulsa is lack of skilled workforce. Lately, I've seen and met the newly skilled workers as they graduated from training programs where their family members beamed with pride. I've seen a new breed of worker on the manufacturing floor, watching them inventing their own destiny. I've seen hope for many Tulsa teenagers who have a dream, but don't know how to achieve it. Over the past year, we've addressed manufacturing, workforce development, and focused on Tulsa's undeniably strong standing as an aerospace and aviation center. Our aviation history is legendary, and the industry is moving in a very positive direction. As you know, it's not without its challenges. I have strongly and directly encouraged the Obama administration to quickly allow the American Airlines and U.S. Airways merger and get out of the way of good business decisions and let the free market work its magic. They need to get out of the way. Thank you. As I highlighted in last year's State of the City address, I want to change the job landscape in this city. I want to create a path for Tulsans and citizens from surrounding communities to fill jobs. We need to create and implement a plan to bring our incredible assets together. I'm announcing today a concept that my staff and others in education and in the aviation aerospace industry have been working on for 2 years. I put together a task force to study the creation of a facility at the Tulsa International Airport. This facility could be new, it could be existing, could be a tent as far as I'm concerned, but I want it to be a collaboration with our aerospace and aviation industry, their supporting businesses, the Tulsa Public School System, Oklahoma Career Tech, Spartan School of Aeronautics, and the Tulsa Air and Space Museum. It will be both an attraction for industrial growth and will also be an inspiration of hope for the future of our students. For the first time, we will offer a pathway to prosperity for students who have fallen through the cracks as well as those who have not yet had their creative light turned on. This concept will allow high school students to be exposed to a pathway to skilled labor or a pathway to engineering. That student will graduate with a variety of career options. During their high school years, these students would have opportunity for summer jobs by interning, for example, with American Airlines, Spirit AeroSystems, or any of the number of supporting industry companies while working towards a high school diploma. They will literally be next to the airplanes that are the object of their future career choice. There are long-standing models of this type of facility today. One is in Seattle now that provides an engineering path. Another in Long Island, New York, that has been based on a VOTEC curriculum since 1924. I'd like to acknowledge the key players in building this dream. Each is a principal on our growing task force. Not all of them could be here today. I'd like to mention the main ones. Tulsa Public School Superintendent Dr. Keith Ballard. He's not here today. Tulsa Tech President Dr. Steve Tiger, who is here. Steve, thank you, sir. Spartan Aeronautics President and Chief Executive Officer Jeremy Gibson. He is here as well. Former Jenks Public School Superintendent Dr. Kirby Lehman. He's out of town. If you want to talk to a man and ask him what he thinks about hope, that's your guy. And finally, Tulsa Air and Space Museum Executive Director Glenn Wright. Glenn is here. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the future. This is how we will achieve greatness in developing our workforce. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us in this effort. But there's more to our Tulsa vision than this concept. I wish to personally thank Mike Neal, Justin McLaughlin, and the Tulsa Regional Chamber for its support and, most importantly, its leadership in job creation activities and planting the seed for the workforce development concept I just mentioned. I also want to thank other partners, including Tom McKeon, president of Tulsa Community College, who are already doing so much in the workforce training area. They're part of the deal as well. The Chamber is working hand in hand on a daily basis with this administration. Most recently, The city's economic development team and my staff worked with the Chamber's economic development team to structure a long-term capital lease with Level 3 to commit to secure space and jobs in downtown Tulsa through the year 2029. 2029. This ensures that one technology center, our City Hall, will remain occupied and helps reduce the risk that we assumed when this deal was done. As a result, thank you. As a result of the Chamber's efforts, we are able to boast of the country's largest professional organization of its kind, TIPROs. Tulsa is among the top 15 most affordable cities. Excuse me. Chamber always chokes me up. Matter of fact, just to show you. Tulsa is among the top 15 most affordable cities in the United States and is a top location for entrepreneurs, according to Forbes. This should not be a surprise, knowing our commitment to the private sector. Tulsa also is among the top 5 metropolitan areas with a high quality of life. We are ranked 6th for support of small business in the top 10 U.S. cities for manufacturing success. Tulsa is competitive again, but I won't be satisfied until Tulsa is in first place. Less than 3 years, Tulsa has added 9,000 new jobs citywide and over 14,000 jobs regionally. It's a good start. Tulsa's energy industry remains strong, vibrant, and growing. It consistently discovers new drilling and producing technologies. We transport in Tulsa, believe it or not, around the world, CNG, and we provide first-class education in all facets of the energy industry. Great opportunities for us. Now, in the past 12 months, we have experienced several very definitive issues involving your city government. The capital improvements program, now branded Improve Our Tulsa, had the most exposure after multiple public meetings. It began almost 2 years ago when my capital improvements team began evaluating and prioritizing approximately $1.5 billion of projects presented by each and every one of our city departments. We arrived at a final project list only to be approached by a very well-intended group of Tulsa County officials with a capital and operational need. Over the past 3 years, the mayor's office and the county officials have proudly developed a very positive relationship, and we were not going to let it deteriorate. As long as I'm in this office, I will not allow anything to drive a wedge in this relationship, as well as the other relationships we have around our county with our neighboring cities. We are adamant that we work together because our common goal is to improve our city and our region. A strong relationship is best for the entirety of our region. Thank you. As you all know, things worked out. We laid the groundwork with Tulsa County and kept all the parties at the table. In the end, everybody deserves credit for the success. Tulsa City officials, Tulsa City Council, the Tulsa County officials, the regional business community, this Chamber of Commerce, and the redefined and renewed Tulsa world. A compromise was reached that cleared up the confusion, and we now have a simpler ballot to be voted on November 12th. I strongly encourage support of that package. It continues street improvements, necessary street improvements. It takes advantage of matching funds, and it supports public safety needs. The capital program will not raise sales taxes, and in fact will not even extend the same rate. We will actually be able to reduce the city sales tax rate, which has never been done. Never. We're going to reduce it. Thank you. The capital program and the process we undertook is just one success in a very busy year. Earlier this year, some thought it was time for yet another effort at a charter change for how we select our city attorney. The voters said no to this issue a few years ago. I did veto recently a city council resolution attempting to accomplish a similar charter change. The council took a deep breath and decided to move on. The system worked. We came to terms with this issue, and the people win. But let me give you another issue, the Brady name. Publicly, it appeared as a conversation over a street name, but it was really about reconciliation and unity. It was tough, and it brought up some very painful history, but the community-wide conversation had to happen. The City Council found a way to reconcile that issue. I didn't support a name change, but I chose to go along with their solution because knowing that the bigger issue is how to bring the city together, and they accomplished it. That is something we can all agree with and work towards. Now the conversation of reconciliation and Tulsa unity, One Tulsa, needs to continue, and it will. We now need to extend similar energies towards truly sustaining jobs and economic development and quit kicking the can down the road. As we put 2 months of our fiscal year behind us, we know that we have a tough operational budget ahead of us that we're going to have to manage. But we've seen this reduction in our overall sales tax collection for the past several months. But in an effort to live within our means, we've initiated a soft hiring freeze. We've worked through this sort of activity before, and we will again. Governance takes time, patience, energy, and a level of collaboration that some might give up on, but we won't. We'll continue. We have seen that Tulsans are still focused on our streets as a priority, which we are addressing. They've also focused on public safety, which is under continuous improvement. In fact, the next class of 23 police cadets will begin October 1st. The fire chief is interviewing candidates right now and plans to begin a January 2014 fire academy. Investment in these causes and priorities, streets, public safety, parks, recreation, strengthens our neighborhoods, brightens our streets, and creates a greater sense of unity and security among Tulsans. What pleases me most is that Tulsans are engaged and working together with their government for resolutions. There are still things we must do to serve our citizens better. Even before Detroit filed for bankruptcy, primarily due to its unfunded liabilities, I set a task force in motion to evaluate our pension plans and other post-employment benefits. We're getting reports on their recommendations as we speak. We're steadily making changes to workman's comp costs by creating a verifiable, transformational safety program for our employees. Our Management Review Office, the MRO, continues to work with departments to study and implement efficiency plans. Presently, they are assisting in an evaluation of the management of our Tulsa City County Jail system. Our Customer Care Center Director is creating the first true customer service program across all departments as we move forward towards our goal of a simplified 311 call center. In other words, you'll be able to call one number and get an answer to any city question. I'm excited to see plans progressing for a gathering place for Tulsa, a major enhancement to Tulsa's River Park system. We are working with the George Kaiser Family Foundation to provide improved street and parking infrastructure as this prime waterfront acreage is turned into a signature park. Further development in this area will connect people with spectacular views of the Arkansas River, our crown jewel, and bring people of all ages together to celebrate life in Tulsa. The building of this park will provide a great opportunity for Tulsans to see the significance of river development. You can't deny that Tulsa is the best place on earth, the center of the universe. We will have more opportunities as we develop our river, continue to expand business, and provide infrastructure that lifts up our neighborhoods, instills pride, and causes people to feel more secure where they live and what they're doing day and night. So, come with me while we provide true pathways to prosperity, while we give true achievable hope to our kids, while we achieve recognition for how we embrace reconciliation. Come with me while we celebrate our love of family, love of success, and love of country for all the world to see. Thank you for the honor of being your mayor of Tulsa, Oklahoma. That's it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.